Hey everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house building video. So today I am building a house called Fairview Ford, which is just a name I came up with. And this house is 5 bedrooms and I think it's 3.5 bathrooms, probably. Nope, it's 4.5 bathrooms. Anyway, I've been working on this house for the past few weeks and it's pretty nice. It's pretty big. I sped up this video a little bit more than usual. Normally I do 7 times or 700%, but this one is 750%, so it's a little bit faster, but not too bad. And yeah, so this is yet another house in my kind of series. It's not really a series, but I'm building a bunch of houses in Riverview in the same neighborhood, so they're all kind of meant to go together in a way. So this is yet another house in the same neighborhood. So right across the street is Montgomery Grove, which I built, actually that was November, but since I've been making so few videos, it's not that long ago on my channel. But yeah, anyway, you can see here, it's coming along quite nicely. It's got a garage that is sunken down below the house on a diagonal. I wanted to add something interesting to this house, so I decided to put that diagonal section on it. And right here, working on the roof, which I think I redo it after this moment because it's a little tricky with the diagonal part kind of just poking in there. And on this house, I kept the roof this red color, which I almost never do. In fact, I don't remember ever just leaving the default color. I think I might have once, but I can't remember. Either way, since I do it so rarely, I decided I'd leave this color because I never use it. So here it is. I leave the red tile roof, and I actually make the siding on the house red as well. So it's a red house, which I don't usually do, so it's kind of nice to have a different color, I suppose. But anyway, you can see there's the final roof, I think, almost there. But yeah, this is pretty much what I ended up going with for the roof, and it's pretty nice. There is no third floor. It's just a fake dormer there. I was going to change the roof color, but I decided not to. And yeah, so there you go. That's the roof. That's exciting, and we're just going to adjust it here and there and move on to something else, probably. Yes, there's a little fake balcony right here, which is not that important, but there it is. And I also put in some things, like a railing, or multiple railings, really, and some columns, and I use those nice columns there. This house is mostly traditional, although I make it a little bit more modern than usual for this style of house. So as we're getting into windows here, you'll see my window choice is a little bit more on the modern side. So I don't actually use the one that's there now, but I end up using a little bit less traditional windows. So those ones on the bottom there, they're not like ultra modern, but they're a little bit more modern because they're quite large. And then the window up top there that's pretty modern looking. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing, and I think it works well on this house. So it's not really a modern house, but it's just got some elements of that around the place. So right here, oh, sorry about that. Right here, I have a window, not that one, a different window. And I wanted to like block off the view through that window because you can see right through that window to the under roof area, which looked pretty bad. So I kind of put that black wall around it, but that didn't work so well, so oh well. And right there, I'm putting in some more windows. That's exciting. And I like what I do with the landscaping because it's pretty interesting. So because I raised the house up by 4 steps, I was able to put I guess it's a terrace, kind of. But it's like this tiered, not terrace, that's the wrong word. It's, I guess a retaining wall is the best way to describe it. So you can see here, I put this retaining wall in. So it's kind of tiered. I think that's what I was looking for, not terrace. And so the bottom is a different level than the top, and I also carry the plants over onto it, so you don't really see the top of the wall, it's just you see the front of it, and I think that looks kind of cool. So as we get on to landscaping shortly, which actually I don't even know if that's coming up shortly, but once we get to landscaping, you'll see that. So right here, we're just doing some more things. So columns, basically, those are the things that we're doing, and railings. So columns and railings and stairs and all that good stuff. So there you go. And different railings there. And on the back. And more stairs and more columns. And even more columns. That's very thrilling. Okay, now that that's all done, we're going to move on to just a touch more roofing and a bit of smoothing. And a fence. That's cool. It's good to have a fence. The placement of this lot is a little unfortunate because there's like a road on 3 sides. There's the front, and then on this side there's a road, and then the road kind of curves around. So You can see the road from the back of the house too. So, you know, it's not the most prime location ever for a house, but I think it's all right. And right here, I'm carving out the basement. So there is a basement in this house. That's where the garage is. There's also going to be a home gym and some other things. So yeah, it's not anything too radical, but it's nice to have. And yeah, I mean, this house, it's not anything massively different from what I normally do, but it's quite nice. It's also quite large too, so that's cool. I like the houses that they don't seem that big from the outside, but they really are quite big on the inside, and this is one of those. It doesn't, like, from the outside, it doesn't seem like it's as big a house as it is, but I think that's kind of interesting. Anyway, right here I'm putting some stairs in, so we have the basement stairs and then the other stairs going to the second floor, and they're stacked on top of one another, which I had some trouble with for some reason, but I sorted it all out. And right there, we're going to have the study, and then behind it, the living room. On this side of the house here is the kitchen, and there's also going to be a dining room in the front right, and a formal living room in the front left. So this house has 2 living rooms, and kind of 2 dining rooms because it's the formal dining room, and then there's like an eating area in the kitchen. So, you know, there's lots of different places for your Sims to be. And this is the basement floor plan, which is pretty simple. It's just a kind of small entertainment room, bonus room, I guess, a garage, a gym, and a bathroom. And here on the second floor, we have 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So a lot of stuff going on up here. The master bedroom is on the middle right, kind of, and it has the fireplace. So that's pretty fancy. And I also tried to be a little bit more bold with the color choices for the bedrooms, which you'll see when we get to those later on. So yeah, there's a lot of bold colors that I use, which is kind of fun. It's fun to mix it up a little bit sometimes, and you know, we'll get to that. It's not happening quite yet. So right here, we're putting in some archways and stuff, just so your Sims can get from room to room, which is great, I guess. And there's some doors and another door, and I haven't even done the outside siding yet, so I guess we'll get to that at some point. I make the house red and white. I use my classic, like the siding that I use in every single house. It's from Ambitions, and it's just nice. The only reason I like to use it all the time is because it has the option to make the edge, like the corner pieces, different colors from the rest of the siding, whereas the base game siding doesn't have that. So that's why I use the Ambitions one all the time. But I don't know why I'm talking about that, since I'm not even doing that. Instead, I'm doing windows, or I've done the windows because I was too busy talking about the non-existent siding. So there's all the windows. It looks quite nice. And now we're going to do the siding, of course, after I finish talking about it. So there it is. It's great. And it's also red. It matches the roof color, which is maybe a good thing or maybe a bad thing. It depends on your personal taste, I suppose. I think it's kind of interesting. Certainly not the best thing ever designed, but it's not terrible. And right here, I'm just putting it in all over the place. It also kind of makes it look a little bit barn-like, I guess, because like barns use that color, but it's not shaped like a barn, so it's fine. And yeah, so I'm going to also accent the stone and the red siding with this nice white, these white, I guess they're not really cedar if they're white. Well, I guess they could be painted, but the white shakes, is that what you call them? Cedar shakes, or like cedar shingles, maybe. Is that what you say? Whatever. Those things on the wall, the white stuff. Yes, that is a nice accent color to the red. It kind of pops a bit because so much of the house is red, and then there's the dark gray stone. You need kind of a bright contrast. And right here I'm doing the driveway, which I do twice because I didn't like it the first time. And it's just a nice sloping driveway. It's the way I do all those driveways. I always kind of have this nice sloping driveway, which is very perfect in its like slope, which is very satisfying. It's better than using the smooth tool because it's not perfect if you use the smooth tool. So yeah, anyway, there's the driveway, and there's the retaining wall for the driveway, which is exciting. And woohoo, there you go, magical. So I think we do landscaping first before I go inside, which is, I don't know, it's not, I say all the time like, oh, I do this and I usually do that, so this is unusual, blah, blah, blah. I do different things with every video, so whatever. Yeah, so there's a pathway, that's great, and a driveway, and more pathway. And we're going to do some fencing stuff. And then here I put this carpet on top of the retaining wall to make it look like dirt. And I put some flowers on it, which is nice. Some like perfectly placed flowers, and then some bushes just to kind of hide the edge there. So it looks like it just kind of blended in with the ground, and I like the way that looks. I think it looks pretty cool. So it kind of adds this nice height difference to the front yard. So you have like the lower section, which is just grass, and the upper section, which is like a giant flower bed. So it kind of looks a little bit more interesting, and you can't really do that if you just build the house completely flat. That's why I like to raise up the houses a little bit so that you can kind of have this interesting landscaping. And right here, I'm just putting this small little lamp section on the end of the retaining wall here. So I kind of just raised up that little part, not really raised up, more like lowered it down, but anyway. So there's a nice little part there for the lamp to go, so that looks classy. And here I'm just doing some stuff, including fireplaces, so that's nice. So there's one in the kitchen there, one in the living room, and one in the master bedroom. So yeah, it's 3 fireplaces in this house, and those are the chimneys that I just finished doing, so that's nice. And here I put a rock retaining wall by the driveway, so I just wanted to not do all these like foundation retaining walls because they can look kind of blocky. I wanted to make it look a little bit more natural there. And I also put in some bushes and stuff, lots of landscaping. I think I do the backyard landscaping a bit later on, but for now we just did the front yard. And I do change this flooring. I like the color, but I don't like the texture. It's just way too flat in my opinion. So I leave it on the walls, but I change the flooring to have a little bit more texture. So we'll get to that in a bit, but right now I'm just putting in some wallpaper. I'm using my favorite, not my favorite, but one of my favorite wallpapers from University Life there. I like kind of the classy bottom, it's not really like a chair rail or a whatever you call it, but you know, it's not like paneling, normal paneling. It's very thin at the bottom, which I think looks nice. And keeping in the theme of this house being a little bit more modern, I used those more plain curtains instead of like the really overly fancy curtains, because I want it to be a little bit more like not necessarily like totally modern, but a bit more contemporary. It's a better word, just a little bit less traditional looking. But anyway, we're doing the living room now. I believe it's the first room that we furnish. Maybe, I'm not sure. I always jump around all over the place. I just kind of like place some furniture here to get a sense of the rooms, and I'll come back later and change the colors and all that stuff. This is the kitchen and kind of breakfast eating area. I don't know why it's not necessarily just for breakfast. It's for any kind of meal. It's like the informal dining room and the kitchen. So we have, the kitchen's actually not that big, but there is kind of the area where the fridge is that has some extra storage. And then you have like a small kind of L-shape counter there. So I put some bar stools by the counter, so that's kind of nice. There's also a laundry room and a half bathroom there as well. So anyway, back to this room. So this is the okay, well, we were going to do the informal living room, but I seem to have abandoned it. So there's the kitchen flooring, and there's the wallpaper in the dining room. I guess I can't really keep focused on anything, can I? It's kind of all over the place. So anyway, there's the new flooring, which is much better in my opinion. And this is the living room, which I already said. And I actually put a carpeted flooring in here, which I almost never do that outside of bedrooms. I almost never make my living spaces have carpet, but I did in this house, so there you go, something new. And just a couple coffee tables, some seating, fireplace. It's nothing too over the top or ridiculously fancy. You know, it's just a living room, I guess. So yeah, woohoo, how exciting. So anyway, just changing colors, putting a little bit of tile on the floor, also a TV, a little bit of a stone background, maybe accent. I guess that's better. Stone accent. That's what I'll go with. And also some bookshelves. I love putting the bookshelves kind of in the corners like that because it makes the room look like it has angled walls almost, which I think is cool. And also some other furniture, and also a rug. And I know that this bothers some people that I kind of make all the rugs slightly not straight. Like I kind of, I don't know what's the, like I put them slightly askew in every room. I do it in the bedrooms. I do it in like the living room, the dining room. I know that drives some people nuts. I've seen the comments, and I'm sorry if that bothers you a lot, but I just kind of like the way it looks. I think that it makes it just look a little bit less like, so it makes it look less rigid and like exactly perfect. Because I don't know, I feel like in real life it might, like, you know, things kind of shift around. It might not be like exactly straight and perfect, and I don't know. I mean, if it was my house in real life, I would make sure that it was kind of straight because that would bother me otherwise. But I don't know. I just kind of like to put things at jaunty angles, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to move on now to something else. I know that I do this living room here in the front much later on, so we're not going to do that next. We might do the kitchen. I think so. So this is the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very interesting. Not really. It's just got some cabinets and stuff. And right now I'm choosing the countertop. And there it is. And also the cabinets and some more counters and the sink. I try to make the sink match the countertop, but it's a little bit slightly off. It's very hard to get them to match exactly for some reason. And here I'm just putting in some tiles on the walls, but only behind the counters. So it's like a backsplash. And here's a little dining area in the kitchen, which is nice. So your Sims, I guess, can eat there and by the fire, which is nice because there's a fireplace in here. It's a bit strange to have a fireplace in your kitchen, I suppose, but it's just the way it worked out, so it's okay. And there's some plants just for some decoration, lots of plants. I use quite a lot of plants in this house, maybe a little bit too much. I don't know. You can be the judge of that, I suppose, but I think it looks kind of nice. And also I put some blinds on the windows. The only thing I don't like about blinds in The Sims is that like they're always down. I wish that like the blinds would be open, so you can have like some form of window covering so it looks kind of realistic, but then also be able to let some light in. I don't know why all the blinds in the game are like always like down. I wish they'd have like versions of them that were like half open or like fully open, but whatever, it's okay. And here I'm just putting in some details in the kitchen. So there's some soap and some paper towels and stuff and some other various things around the room, I suppose, just some detail items. So yeah, there you go. There's also a giant rose on the wall in the master bedroom, which I didn't put it there yet, but I will move it to the master bedroom. And there's the yellow horse right in the entranceway, of course. I don't know why I always put yellow horses in my house. It's kind of a thing now. It's been a thing for a few years. Actually, I say a few years. It's been a thing for almost 4 years. Actually, exactly 4 years, I believe. Wow, that's insane. I think it was in May 2014. I don't know why I know this so specifically, but I think that was the first house I used the yellow horse in, and then for some reason I mentioned it. I don't know what it was, but I just started doing it in every house since then, and I still do it. I've forgot it in a couple houses, but like 90% of them have it, and it's just kind of a thing now. It's been 4 years of me doing that, so there you go. Anyway, that's not that important. So here's the dining room. We have a mirror. We have a chair that no one will probably ever sit in, but it's there. And some lamps, a lamp, and a painting of flowers, or maybe it's a picture. Who knows? And just some other various things around the room. Here's the half bathroom, which is strangely off the dining room. Not really a normal thing, but that's okay. And, nothing too out there about it, but it's nice. I like it. It's very calming colors. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze, and I really hope I don't, because that would be unfortunate. But I'm trying, right now, I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. Allergies are the worst. April and May are the worst months for me because I just can't take the pollen. And I feel like I might sound like my nose is stuffed up a little bit, which it kind of is. So if my voice sounds different, that's why. And it's so delightful, but that's okay. So it's actually been all day I've been fine, and then I sit down for a recording, and then it slowly gets more and more stuffy as I progress, as time goes on, as I'm sitting here talking, it's been getting like slowly worse and worse, so I might end up sounding completely different at the end of this video than I did at the beginning, but who knows? I guess you'll know by the end of this video, and so will I, but no one knows right now. Anyway, I'm also going to take a sip of water, so pardon me for a second. Much better. Okay, so this is the laundry room, which is exciting, and it's kind of next to, it's off of the little mudroom area, I guess. I guess it's a mudroom. I don't put anything in it, but we can call it a mudroom, I suppose. And now I'm putting some lighting upstairs, so that's cool. And this is the upstairs hallway where we have nothing yet, but there will be stuff there. And here I'm just filling in some of the gaps there between the different levels because I didn't do that before. And we're doing some stuff, I guess. I was trying to put some walls there, but I couldn't, which is unfortunate. And we're about halfway through the building portion at this time. So yeah, it's taken all this time and we're only halfway through. So you can see the speed I build at. So this is the backyard landscaping, which I'm doing now. And it's pretty simple. I changed the fence to white instead of that horrible yellow-orange color. And right now I'm not doing anything. Okay, now we're doing stuff again. So there's the gate. So your Sims can walk into the backyard if they want to not go through the house. That was also a terribly worded sentence. Your Sims can go into the backyard if they don't want to go through the house. Is that what I just said? I don't know. Anyway, there is a patio, which has pavers, and I'm just smoothing out the terrain there a bit, and there's a little pathway for the gate. How nice. And also some more bushes and things in the backyard, just around the place, and also some terrain paint, which I had yet to get to at this point, so there you go. Terrain paint is very important, makes things look a lot better, so there we go. Is putting a bit of dirt around and kind of under the retaining wall there, and just under these rocks and things, and just all over the place, really. So there you go. It's great. There's some dirt. Have some dirt, folks. And just changing out the color of the porch flooring and changing the stairs. That's something that was long overdue. And some railings, of course. That's very important. So there you go. Wonderful. Now, I think at this point, we're going to do some more bushes. Excuse me. My voice sounded a little funny there. We're going to do some more bushes. And I think then the landscaping's done. I'll come back at the very end with some landscape lighting. So, yeah. Also, there's the garage door that now matches, which is good. And I'm going to do a little bit of outdoor lighting now, but I'll do most of it later. So there you go. There is a lamp on the wall. Woo, that's exciting. And also some other lamps around the house. And yeah, so there you go. That is that. So moving back inside, we're just going to do the stairs here a little bit so they have a bit more texture to them, because I don't like this, like just that flat wood texture that was there before. It just looked too plain. It's a bit more interesting if there's some texture to it. So there you go. That's the staircase. And here's the formal living room, which is right off the entrance. It has a piano in it. I like putting pianos in my houses. I think it looks kind of cool. So this house has it. And there's also some chairs and a table, a couple tables. And yeah, also a nice light wood color. It's good to have that because it contrasts with the floor a bit, makes the room seem a bit brighter as well. And some nice kind of blue furniture here to play off the wall color. And yeah, so there you go. That's pretty much it. I think I leave that rug actually not on an angle. So there you go. For all the people who dislike the angled rugs, this one's not. So you can just stay in this room and don't look at the others, and then you'll be happy. So there you go. And here I'm going to put in some more details, and I think that's pretty much it for this room, which is pretty good. I like this room. It's nice. It turned out pretty well. There's also some plants there. I said I'd use a lot of plants in this house, so there's another plant. And I was also going to kind of put like a little entrance to the hallway there, but it looked weird, so I got rid of it. And just moved the door down there, and I think I put something along that, next to that bookshelf. Don't know what yet. But nope, not that. I put something there. No, maybe, oh, there we go. The oars, of course. So this is the study. Pretty nice. It's pretty big, too. And you got the wall bookshelves. Also, this really strange wall material. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It's like scalloped siding or something, but I just made it wooden and put it on the walls, and there you go. You can't really tell what it is, but it's different, I guess. And I'm also going to put a closet in the hallway, too. So it's kind of like a coat closet. So, like, if you come in the winter or something, you can hang your coat up. Right there it is. There's the little, well, I'm just deciding on the size, I guess. So I'll sort that out momentarily, but yes, there it is. That's the closet. I wanted to make the study a little bit smaller because it was kind of big. So I put the closet in there, and also I'm just adjusting the wood tones in here. So that's the desk, and those are the bookshelves, of course. I guess you can see that those are bookshelves, but I'll tell you anyway. And there's like a collection shelf thing, which you just kind of like, your Sims can put collectibles, I guess, if they find like rocks or gems or whatever else in the world, they can put them there. And then there's some artwork and various things. So yeah, and also some chairs, of course, because you have to have chairs everywhere. The more places to sit, the better. So there's a couple armchairs that look quite nice. They're leather, very fancy. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this room. I'm going to put a rug in on an angle, probably. Let's see what happens. No, I guess I don't. Wow. And just as I mentioned putting angled rugs in, then I stopped doing it, of course. And here's the closet in the hallway. So there's just I guess that's just a clothes rack. So, just a clothes rack and some shoes. So, yeah. And Also, if you hear any sniffling, which I don't know if you can hear it, but again, like I said like moments ago, my nose is stuffy, which is great. But never mind. I just want to say, like, if you hear like sniffling noises or something, it's just my nose, and I can't help it, so I'm sorry. Anyway, it'll all be over next month. Usually, my allergies are done by June. It's just the pollen, all those reproducing plants. They just have to be so annoying, you know? Anyway, here's the upstairs floor plan, and I'm working on a little shower room there for the master bathroom. And I don't know what I do next. I think I just do basic layout for the bathrooms. I guess I do the bathrooms first, then I go on to the bedrooms. Who knows? I should know, but considering I did this yesterday, I believe. Was this yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. So, yes, which was 2 days ago. Anyway, here we're just doing some stuff in the master bathroom, just some preliminary items and coloring and stuff, but I'll come back to it later. So yeah, that's the master bathroom, and it has a nice separate shower, which I think is always classy to do. So yeah, and also some mirrors, why not? And right now we're gonna do the basement bathroom. Well, just the layout, I think I'll come back to that later as well. So yes, now we're gonna do something else. What else are we gonna do? The bathroom. Yes. So this, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to fill the space, you know, because not everything happening is that exciting. But this is a bathroom. It's on the second floor. It's one of two of these kind of just small bathrooms that I just had to find room for, so I just made them kind of small, but it's okay. The other bathroom that's this size actually doesn't have a shower or tub that works because the toilet will technically be blocking the taps, so whoops, but it's okay. So yeah, this bathroom right here, the toilet technically blocks the shower because they're on the same side of the room. So yeah, if your Sims want to shower, they have to use the other bathroom because this one doesn't work, but that's okay. And it's also a very interesting black and gray color scheme as well. Very intense, but definitely different, you know? So yeah, there it is. That is the bathroom there. And we're going to put a little painting on the wall. I actually used that painting somewhere else in the house, but that's okay. No one will notice. Well, actually, now everyone will notice because I just said so, but whatever. There's also a little sofa thingy up here as well, so your Sims can sit in the, landing, second floor landing if they want to. I don't know why they would, but they can, and that's what matters. So there's a plant there in the corner because that also matters for some reason. And there's also just various lights around the place and also a painting on the wall. And now we're going to move on to the colorful bedrooms, which I talked about at the beginning of the video. So they look kind of interesting. I like the way they turn out. This one is I intended it to be a room for like a teen girl, but I guess any child sim could, well, let's say child, any sim can stay in said room. But I really like the color scheme. It's got this like soft purple and turquoise, which I just got that from the wallpaper I chose, which was just a default, not default, but it's like one of the not normal, what's the word? I guess default's the right word. Just one of the options in the Create a Style palette. So I just used that and I just took the colors from it and kind of just put them all around the room. So yeah, I like it quite a bit. It's got these kind of large lamps, which look cool. And it's not a huge room, but it's very nice. It's well detailed, you know. Also putting some posters on the wall here, so it looks like someone actually lives in the room. So there you go. And also a lamp in the corner, because that's interesting. And a couple plants, and some lighting. And a rug, of course. Well, I wonder if it'll be at an angle or not. I guess we'll find out. That's very exciting to see. Will it be an angled rug or will it not? Let's find out right now. I don't think I actually angled this rug. I think oh, no, I did a little bit. Okay. There you go. Now, this bedroom is kind of interesting because I add this built-in bookshelf behind the bed. So it kind of eats into the space of the room a little bit, but it looks cool and a little bit different. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, that space is kind of like taken up by that, but it's cool. And I changed out the bed because this headboard completely blocked it. So I got a bed with a little bit lower headboard, but look at that. It's cool. You know, you got like this bookshelf. I kind of did that because I did, gosh, boy, am I rambling. I did that because I did it in the last house build, Hunt Mansion. I put that there and that looked kind of cool. So I thought, why not do it again? The reason I did that in the last house build is because I had a chimney right there. So there's already kind of like an empty, unusable space in the wall, but I decided to create one here so I could do the same thing. Anyway, just changing up the colors, I went with green for this room, kind of like green, and then the walls like peachy color, which sounds gross, but it's not bad. It also, like, the Tiffany lamps kind of have all those colors in it, so it kind of works well. And I just kind of paint the area behind there black so it doesn't distract from the room. And here I'm just putting in the curtain color, which is kind of just brown, I guess. And also a rug, which is on an angle, of course. What do you expect? Well, the whole bed's on an angle, but yeah, it's not lined up with the bed, so sorry. And also there's another bookshelf, actually another bookshelf. It's the first one in the room, so there is a bookshelf and a lamp, and no artwork on the walls, so yeah, oh well. And also some things on the table there. I intended this room to be just a guest bedroom. It's nothing, it's not really focused toward anyone, whereas this next bedroom is meant to be kind of a teen boy's room, though I guess anyone could live, anyone could not stay, I guess live is better. Anyone could live in this room. I actually went with dark blue and yellow, which is really cool because I don't tend to use yellow at all, so I'm just gonna use that a bit here. So it's kind of interesting. I like it. Just it's really vivid, you know. I just think it's kind of like bright, especially it's good against the dark walls, so it looks interesting. I also put in a desk with a computer in this room, and also a little beanbag chair and stuff. So it looks kind of nice. And yeah, there's the dresser, there's a lamp, and also there's the desk. So it's kind of a weird shape because of the angled part of the house there in the front, but it's kind of cool. It's different, you know? That's what makes it interesting. So there's the beanbag chair. There's the rug, which is, of course, on an angle. It has to be. It has to keep on theme, you know? And there's some just lighting around the room. And also some details, of course. So just some books and some clothes and some stuff like that. And now we're just going to do the master bedroom here. So the master bedroom is kind of pink and red. It's like pink and dark red. Or maybe it's like an orangey color. I don't know. It's interesting. That's for sure. I like it, though. It's kind of nice. And it's a nice room. It's got that closet there, the built-in closet. I don't know why I use those glass doors on closets. I guess it's so you can see like that there's clothes in there, but in real life normally you wouldn't have like see-through closet doors. They would be like either mirrored or like solid, but it's The Sims, whatever. They're just like sliding doors, so I guess that makes the most sense. But anyway, you can see the rose thing on the wall has moved into this room instead of the other room, and it's now orange instead of red, which I thought was interesting. And there's some chairs by the fireplace, and a couple of dressers because, you know, it's the master bedroom. Got to have a lot of storage. It's got to be really fancy. And I'm also putting in the bathroom tile and stuff, so that's there. And some lighting, which is nice, and just various things around the room. So yeah, and some plants, of course. That's always good to have. And some curtains, and yeah, I'm just saying basically what's exactly happening. So that's probably not all that interesting, but you know, that's just all there is to talk about, I suppose. So there's a coffee table thing, not my coffee table, a side table, and a rug that is not yet angled. We'll see. I think I leave it. Look at that. No angled rug in this room, so that's good. And here's the master bathroom. So I'm just going to put in some details, some plants, I guess, maybe, somewhat, sometime soon, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe. At some point, there'll be plants. Anyway, some rugs, and the curtain, and the plants. There we go. Very nice. And also some details there, and some more details, some towels. Very important to have the towels, of course. Putting a couple there, one for each sink, and then the ones for the tub, and then I think for the shower too. I put one over on the other wall. So yeah, that is the master bathroom. And now we have one final bedroom to do. This is kind of just a kid's room, just a general kid's room that has space for 2 Sims in here, so there's 2 separate beds. I also made this little nook, like a little reading nook, so I put a couch and some curtains there, so it looks like a little area that you can like curl up in and close the curtains, and it's kind of cool. So I thought that was neat. So there you go. There's the couch, and I find some curtains that work well. And yeah, I also changed the curtain color. You'll see I put in these like really bright green curtains, which is maybe a bit of a mistake, which actually was a mistake. So I changed them off camera. So in the screenshots, you'll probably see that they're a little bit more appropriately colored, just a little bit more toned down, I suppose, because I haven't even gotten to them yet, but you'll see right now they're a little intense. So yeah, I toned them down a bit. And we also have these nice beds. I kind of like what I do with the lamps. You'll see that the lamps kind of reflect the color of the sheets from the other bed. So you can see the green ones on the blue side and the blue ones on the green side. So I thought that was kind of neat. And also getting in some alarm clocks and some other details, some stuff on the wall, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess that's basically all there is to say. So yay, that's interesting. And yeah, so stuff on the wall there, some not posters, but well, I guess a calendar and some posters and stuff. And yeah, you can see the color of the curtains is very intense, so I fixed that. No worries here. So yeah, I think you kind of match the rug color a bit more, so that looks a bit better. Anyway, just detailing up some stuff. I put some lights in the little reading nook there. And yeah, so that's that all done. So now we just have the basement and some final touches. So we have a couple minutes left in the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I greatly appreciate it if you check out the other videos on my channel. I have quite a few house builds. Haven't been doing them as regularly. Wow, I don't know why that was hard to say. Haven't been doing them as often as I used to, but still, I've kind of have this like once a month kind of thing going on. Maybe I'll do a bit more than once a month, hopefully. But anyway, we're just coming near the end here. Not quite. There's still a minute and a half left, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. Minute and 50 seconds of building left. So we're just doing the bathroom here. This is for the home gym. That was nice to have a full bathroom kind of there, so you don't have to go upstairs to shower. And this is the home gym in the far back. So pretty simple, but there's just a exercise, like a weights machine and a treadmill. That's what it's called, the treadmill. And just some other cabinets and stuff around the room. Some shoes. I don't know, why not? And just various things that just make it look kind of detailed, I guess. And it's not just like a blank room. So there you go. Things galore. Just some posters. I made kind of like a collage of stuff on the wall here because I didn't know really what to put. So there you go. Just some things. And I think that's pretty much it for this room. So we're going to move on now to the garage, probably, after this final touch. So there's the garage, or finishing touch. I said final touch. That sounds weird. Finishing touch. Finishing touches. Whatever. Here's the garage. It's detailed to an extent. That's great. Woo! Okay, now we're going to do the actual finishing touches. So I'm just going to put some black paint in the places your Sims can't go, just to make it look kind of nicer. And some outdoor furniture, of course. So just a grill, a table and chairs. And yeah, so anyway, we're pretty much done here. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. And as we wrap up here, you can stick around for the screenshots, I guess, because those are coming up next. And they'll look nice, I hope. I haven't taken them yet, but I think they'll be nice. And just some other things happening. So yeah, this is great. So just some outdoor lighting now, just around the house. And we're pretty much done here. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time, and I hope that you stick around for the screenshots. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Bye.